It is time to file my quarterly GST return. Out of these expenses incurred by my business, let's find out when input tax cannot be claimed and needs to be apportioned. We cannot claim input tax on non-business activities such as 1. Private or personal activities. 2. Activities with non-business objects in philanthropic, religious, political, patriotic, or public domain. 3. Free activities provided without commercial reasons. We can only claim input tax on goods or services that are used or will be used for our business purpose and is directly attributable to taxable supplies. Let's take a look at James, who is claiming reimbursement for his phone bill. James uses his own mobile phone for business and personal calls. My company reimburses James for his mobile phone subscription, even though we cannot determine the portion of business calls that James makes. It will be wrong for my company to claim the input tax in full, as James's mobile phone is not used for only business purposes. Also, the invoice is not issued to my company. Luckily, there is an administrative concession to allow input tax claims when the supply of fringe benefits is clearly contracted in an employee's name. IRAS will allow us to claim input tax for the expenses provided that 1. The employee is reimbursed, and 2. The expenses are recognized as business expenses in the company's accounts. In this case, although my company reimburses James in full, we can only claim input tax on the business portion of the mobile phone expenses, which will be computed at 4/7 of the GST incurred. Hence, my company can only claim input tax of $5.14 on the mobile phone expenses. Another common error is businesses claiming input tax incurred to make exempt supplies. I have an investment holding company, Properties Private Limited, that makes standard rated supplies from the rental of commercial properties and exempt supplies from the bare rental of residential properties. We pay GST on the maintenance of the properties and general business expenses such as office rental and utilities. We can claim input tax on the maintenance of the commercial properties since the expense is incurred to make standard rated supplies. We cannot claim GST on the maintenance of the residential property as it is incurred to make exempt supplies. For the GST that is incurred to make both taxable and exempt supplies, we can use this formula to calculate the amount of the residual input tax that is attributable to the making of taxable supplies. The total value of taxable supplies is $10,000, while the total supplies is $14,000. Hence, the residual input tax allowable is $180. For more information, you may visit the IRAS website and refer to these e-tax guides.